Namaste, everyone. I'm Jenny. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit that little subscribe button in order to get notifications on my weekly content and videos and so on. So, I'm going to talk about this week's cosmic vibes. Like, what is coming up for you guys? What can we expect? How can we really utilize these energies and work through this and really make things happen? However, this is going to be a week where you're going to want to be facing what's really uncomfortable. You got that right. Whenever we start facing what's uncomfortable, you're going to find that your soul is going to feel more liberation from it. You know, who really wants to face what's uncomfortable and work through things? However, you're going to be showing this week certain things that are not in alignment. Like we literally have this full moon happening today with the full moon in Virgo, which can be a little challenging for us. We have a power day on March the 3rd, 33. We got some energies happening this week and also leap year. How many of you guys are celebrating your birthdays on February 29th? We don't see that every year. So first off, I want to wish all of you leap year babies a happy birthday. I was going to say a happy new year, but you might find that it very well could be for you. It really depends where you are on a conscious level. However, let's chat about what's coming up for you. Now, today being the full moon in Virgo, you're going to find that it could be a little bit more challenging. You're going to find out that, why am I struggling? It's also known as the snow moon. So this could be a really kind of a cold day for you, like really wintry or whatever. Like February can be a very cold month depending where you are. Like everything is different. Everything has changed. You could find that your emotions are a lot more higher today. You could be like, you know what? I just really need to take time out for me. There's a lot of karmic clearing right now. A lot of karmic cycles are entering and ending. If you saw and really paid attention to what was not in alignment, what you were struggling with, and if you were taking these steps to resolve issues, no matter how painful it is, the energies will work with you. Because if not, you very well could be shown this week what's limiting you, what's really limiting your potential. And you're going to start facing what's uncomfortable because you're going to be finding, I had no choice. I had no choice. I have to face what my challenges are, no matter what. And whenever you do that, the universe is going to work with you. And you have to be gentle on yourself. Like we're all human. We all have challenges that we need to face. I mean, February 6th, I had to put my little girl Bella down, my little dog Bella down, which was very heartbreaking. Not going to talk about it because I'll get a little emotional. So, but for those of you who know, I had to put her down and I got her ashes back on Valentine's Day of all times. She has been very much with me. Even my dog McTavish and Bella has come into my dreams. I'm an animal communicator, so I do connect with my animals. It does help, but of course, I miss her so incredibly much. So anyways, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. So let's really embrace this full moon as well. Like make sure that you guys are putting your crystals outside or on a window ledge, get that moon energy in. Like even in hospitals, you're going to find that the full moons can be a very intense stay in hospital times. The suicide rate is higher, of course, because our emotions are higher, and you might even find that you're going to want to even go through things, throughout the week and start decluttering, like spring cleaning things. Being the full moon, it's not a really good day to have surgeries. If you do have to have surgeries, you do have to have surgeries, like our organs get more affected. Like even on the 24th to the 26th, You might find that your pancreas is a little off. Your intestines and your digestive system could be a little bit like, oh, I don't know, feeling a little bit more woozy and nauseated and such like that, because these energies affects ourselves. You might find between the 27th and the 28th that like your skin could be a little bit more itchy, your bladder could be, like your gallbladder or your bladder area could be a little bit more sensitive, your kidney area. Make sure you guys are drinking a lot more water. I can't stress that enough. Like just to give you an example, here I drink like a liter and a half of water a day, but I actually fill up my water bottle 3 times. So I'm actually drinking about 4.5 liters of water a day, sometimes more. I'm a Leo, a water or a fire sign, so my body heats up a little bit more. And as we have these solar flares, you're going to find that your body's going to be really hot 1 minute and then cold the next. Yes, you could be in menopause too, I'm just saying. However, we all are going to get affected by these energies. So you might even find on the 29th leap year that, like your genital area, your prostate area could be a little bit more sensitive. So just be really gentle, gentle, gentle on yourself, for goodness sakes, right? So now on the 25th and 26th, you could be like that full moon hangover. Your sleep, you've noticed these past few days, could have been off. You might be really, really tired and exhausted on the 25th, 26th. I'm hearing travels for some reason. 25th and 26th travels for someone. I'm hearing excitement for some reason. Maybe you've just booked a flight or a vacation. Let me know. Let me know how many of you have just done that. How many of you are doing that? I don't know. Like I get messages 24/7 from the spirit world. I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium, for those of you who know. Do past life Akashic records, animal communication, meditation coaching, so on and so on. Right? So you're going to find that you're going to want to be resetting things, resetting things. You're going to find that, you know what, I really, really need to start making a schedule here. I need to make a schedule here. Really pay attention to your dreams as well. Like your loved ones or your animals, or, your soul is really coming forth this week as well and could be pointing out what really needs to change, what you're really struggling with, and it could be like, oh my God, I had a dream and wow, I'm just really freaked out about this. Don't be freaked out. You're just being shown certain things that you could have fears about, right? You could have dreams about what you need to be changed and everything. Write it down. You can always book a reading with me, right? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So you might even find on the 27th and 28th of this month, you might want to like kind of like pause and really reflect even more. You could be like, I just really need to pause and reflect on these days. Don't push. Don't push or force anything on the 27th or the 28th of February. Don't do that. Could backfire on you. You're like slow and steady wins the race. You could be like, geez, why am I here? What is my purpose? Like what and why am I here? You could be going through that as well. And it's really important to start writing down what your interests are, what you're really drawn to. Really follow what you're passionate about. Because when you start following and pursuing what your interests are, what you feel more passionate about, you're going to stumble upon your soul's calling and your soul's purpose when you don't force things, allow things to come. I know, Jenny, but I'm really scared. How do I know? That's why you can book a reading with me to get those confirmations, because confirmations can be life-changing. It's like, yeah, you are on the right path, or whatever it is, right? That can really, really help, because you're really going to be like, gosh, I feel like challenged. I feel like, what do I do? Because you're going to be pushed. You're going to really feel what's not working for you, what's really uncomfortable, and you have been showing certain energies that are around you that you're like, that person, they're not real. They're trying to be somebody they're not. They're trying to copy somebody else. They're trying to do all kinds of things. Well, that's not being authentic. Why would you do that? So you're being shown who's authentic, who's being fake, who's trying to do this and this and that. You'll have to watch my other videos and such like that, because there's a lot of huge changes coming up. Just saying, right? Now, the 29th leap year, again, happy birthday, happy birthday. How many of you guys have seen the movie Leap Year? It's in Ireland. I moved back from Ireland into Canada. I've actually lived in 3 countries, for those of you who don't know. And one of my favorite movies is called Leap Year. How many of you guys have seen that? It's one of my favorite movies, right? So it's really cool. Leap Year. You guys must watch it. It's really interesting, right? So you might find that, that's a day for you of empowerment, real empowerment, because unique is 29th of February. It's a very unique day. It's very high intentional. There could be a lot of higher vibration that day. You very well could be like, you know what, I need to set some boundaries, self-love and everything like that. Go out and celebrate your birthday. Do something for you. Don't wait for somebody else to do things for you. Celebrate yourself always. Always. Go out and treat yourself to something. Stay in your budget, for goodness sakes, right? But go out and treat yourself to something. Even getting in touch with Mother Nature, going for a walk, letting go, taking in those sacred messages from Mother Nature will really, really change. I get out and do photography, and I go wherever I want to go, off into the unknown. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm taking time for me. I love to hear messages coming through. So, especially March 1st to 2nd, you're going to be doing more reflection upon February. And you very well will be doing more reflection on, last summer between June and the end of September or the end of August. And you might find that similar circumstances, could be triggering you now to work on different projects. What were you doing back then? You might be like, you know what? I just really want to clean my environment. If it's my vehicle, if it's my home or office area or whatever like that. Out with the old, in with the new. It's like, geez, that's really kind of holding me back. Write down what you feel is really holding you back, that's limiting yourself. Write it down on paper. Because sometimes when we write it down on paper, we're going to hear messages coming to, and we're actually physically going to see it and be like, wow, I really, really need to make that change. When you make those changes, you're going to have that liberation. And when you go outside in Mother Nature, embrace your pranic energy. That's your life force energy. Really sit back and see that sunshine going, that sun's prana going right through your entire body. Do you ever notice how energized you feel whenever you feel that sunshine coming on you? How many of you start to feel much better whenever there's sunshine? Some of you could live in more cloudy environments and climates and such like that. You ever notice that all of a sudden when you get, when the sun comes out, you're like, wow, it's a really good energy day. I'm feeling more happy. I'm feeling really, really more at peace with myself. So when you're moving with grace and ease, because you're surrendering to the flow of the universe, you're going to feel more grounded. You're going to have that grounding energies, come into the divine essence of within your soul. And you're going to see your footprints as you're walking, your soul's footprints. Right? Do you ever notice on the snow or on the beach, you see your footprints? Really take a look at your footprints to see where you are now, to see where you were beforehand. Because baby steps, what you do on a day-to-day basis will determine your future. Yeah, but Jenny, I should be here. Like, why aren't I? Why? We all have our own journey. Some of us have, you can sit back. Why is that person more successful or whatever? Because that's the cycle they're in. That's not your journey. Your success will come in. We all have our own journey, and don't judge anybody. You should be happy for other people who are doing really well and being really successful. There's too much negativity on this planet. When you listen to within your soul and keep things simple, simplicity will open up for you. If you want to have more complications, you'll be more complicated. Take that time and really listen, because you really, really, really could transcend through what is limiting you, because you're going to be facing those challenges this week, you guys, facing what's limiting you. Okay, so let me know what's limiting you, and like how you guys are dealing with that and working through that process. Like we all have our own journey, and you really, really, really need to be gentle and kind on yourself, for goodness sakes. We've all been going through our own journey of self-discovery and transformation, and some people are ending huge painful karmic cycles. There's a lot of endings that has happened. There's a lot of people that have passed and animals that are passing, and so on and so on. So now let's pull a couple of cards. So I don't use cards when somebody books a reading with me, because I'm a clairvoyant. I do read into your level of consciousness to see where you're at and give you all of my insights to what I see for you and answer all of your questions. However, because this is YouTube, this is collective, I'm going to pull cards from the universe to see those messages for you. If you're watching this, this is meant for you. Subscribe, hit that little button in the corner, for goodness sakes. Now, whenever you're utilizing cards, make sure you clear them 3 times on wood. Now, I've cleared my decks here before I started the video, and I gravitated towards and scanned the energies on the cards to see what cards I felt were best for you collectively from the universe. So let's ask the universe, what's the collective message from February 24th to the 3rd of March? Like, my gosh, we're already starting March. Like, oh my goodness, right? Like, wow. So what's the message collectively from the 24th of March or February to the 3rd of March? 24th of February, right away, these cards fell out. Okay, so now this is so interesting. Okay, now the card that fell out was the dry desert. How many of you like live in the desert area? How many of you are getting drawn to maybe go for a journey in the desert? How many of you are and I just saw this now. I'm going to show you. There's footprints on the sand. You know how I was just talking about footprints? Right? You can see the footprints, how she's walking down the sand, and there's her soul's footprints. Reflect back to where you were to see where you are now. Baby steps. It's all about baby steps, taking one step at a time. What you do on a day-to-day basis will determine your future. One step at a time, you guys. Yeah, but that person and this, don't worry about that person and this person. It's irrelevant. That's their journey. Be authentic, be yourself, right? There's a lot of energies out there that I just observed and like, oh my goodness sakes, it's like, wow. But I don't say anything. I observe a lot, and I'm just like, okay, we all have our own journey and experiences, right? So what is the journey before the 24th of February between the 3rd of March? Let's have a chat with the universe and the angels, right? What's the message to 24th? This card came out. Signs from above. Wow. We always get signs if you pay attention, especially when you get 3 signs. Like I'll be like, Spirit, give me a sign. I'm looking for a physical sign about this situation, let's say, or I'm asking for a sign about this or whatever. Pay attention to the signs. Like signs can come in any way. You could all of a sudden see, like a message. You all of a sudden could go for a drive and see a sign. Really pay attention to what resonates with you and your intuition. Those are your signs from above, right? Like I ask for physical signs and stuff like that myself personally. So all of a sudden it'd be like, yeah, I want to take this course. All of a sudden you could find it online, or all of a sudden you could, talk to somebody and they mentioned a course where you're like, yeah, that's what I want to do. There's signs everywhere. When you go with the flow with grace, go with the flow, keep things simple. There's people out there that like to have complications, and they talk about very complicated things. And the average person is like, what are you talking about? Like, seriously? Keep things simple, for goodness sakes. Gosh, unless There's a specific person that you can talk to. That's why I read into your level of consciousness to see where you're at and have that conversation with you so you will understand it. Why would I talk about stuff that you're like, wow, I don't understand what you're talking about? For what reason? Keep it simple. Oh, I can't stress that enough. Okay, so let's have a chat with the animal kingdom, shall we? The 24th of February to the 3rd of March. I talk to the animals 24/7. It's one of my most sacred gifts I hold so deeply in my heart. Even when Bella passed, I connected with her ascended masters and angelic team, and I zoomed in on her. And anyways, it's a message from our animal kingdom. 24th of February to the 3rd of March. 24th of February to the 3rd. Wow, what card is this? Oh, the dragonfly. I love dragonflies. There's a really good movie called Dragonfly. Like, how many of you guys have seen it with Kevin Costner? It's an amazing true story, actually, down on the Amazon. You must see it. I highly recommend it. The dragonfly, don't be boxed in, reach for the stars. Whenever you see the dragonfly, there's very, very sacred messages with that. You know, I have so many stories about dragonflies. I'm not going to talk to you about it because, you know, I could go on forever. However, whenever you see a dragonfly, sit back and close your eyes and you know, just Mr. Dragonfly, or if you're feeling an energy of a female, I'm open to receive your messages. And just sit there in silence. Just really sit there in silence and see what messages you're hearing coming back to you. Letting go of the old. The new is calling you. The wings you're on, the dragonfly, to fly free. Embrace the low. Let go of what's limiting you. Facing what's uncomfortable. What a very suiting card. Like, holy smokies, right? So let's pull another card, you guys. I get carried away here. Keep you guys going for a long time, but I don't want to like keep you guys going for a long time, right? So what is the message from our spirit world, the 24th of February to the 3rd of March? You know, and when you guys let go of the wrong people, the right people appear, by the way. You know, this is part of, you know, letting go, clearing karmic cycle, facing what's comfortable, endings, karmic endings, and so on and so on and so on. You might find that, you know, certain karmic relationships, if you weren't fighting with it, have ended with grace and ease and with love. For your journey that you spend with other people, always be, you know, grateful for your time shared with them, you know, and it's just like, Jenny, but that person hurt me and betrayed me. We've all been there. We've all been there. I understand that. However, really reflect back on what you learned. Never wish anybody anything hard. Sometimes we have to separate from certain people for a while, give ourselves space or them space or whatever like that, take time out for us. Sometimes we come back together with that person at another time, and sometimes we don't. You know, we all have that journey of self-discovery. Be open to it. Allow things to flow and don't force. Don't attach. Do not attach. You attach to a person, you know, like a relationship, you're going to create your own fantasies of how your expectations are towards that person. And when it doesn't happen the way you want it to happen, you might find that, oh my gosh, your suffering can be very intense. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. This could be part of facing what's uncomfortable this week. Let me know what you're facing, you guys, and how you're dealing with it and such. So, what is the energy from the 24th of February to the 3rd of March? Energy, energy. It's energy for this week from the universe. Energy this week from the universe. It's energy this week from the universe. What card come out here? Seclusion. Now, you guys, sometimes, you know, as I mentioned, I keep talking about Mother Nature and stuff like that, you know, getting in touch with nature, going with the flow. You're going to find that this week also, you're going to want to spend even more time alone with yourself. You're going to want to find that peace within, you know, turn off your phone. Like even whenever I go out and I do my photography and stuff like that, I turn my phone off or I turn the volume off. I have my phone with me, but I take time for me to really embrace the messages that are coming back, because you're going to be doing a lot of reflecting whenever you're going to be like, Spirit, please show me what, I need to face. Please show me what I need to change. I am open. I am open to receive these messages. And whenever you guys work with that modality, you're going to see things that are going to be shown to you. When I was teaching monthly meditation classes and such like that, the first thing I would be saying is, okay, be really open to what your soul and the universe wants to show you. When you're open, you could be showing things that you're going to be like, oh my God, that's too painful. I don't want to deal with that, or that's too challenging. Then why do you want to meditate? The universe wants to help you. Your soul wants to show you it's out of alignment. So I'm wishing you all a beautiful week. Let me know what's going on with you. Let me know if you'd like to book a reading with me, soulworkwithjenny.com. Namaste, you guys.